Hey, Janice.
Hi, Kate.
Happy day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, yes, yes.
We were chatting before the broadcast, talking about what great days we had. We hope that all of you had a great day. I'm just scrolling through. You've taken care of saying hi to everybody.
Well, I started to. I didn't. I wasn't able to get to the part about sharing your Chex Mix recipe. Um,
We
but
were.
I think Margaret's there. So, Margaret, I bet you have a Chex Mix or Chex. What is it called?
Chex Mix. Yeah.
Chex Mix, yes. I'm thinking
Yes,
of Chex Mix food,
yes.
So,
Yes.
but
Well,
yeah, we had a great day.
good.
We had family come in from New Jersey, and everyone was relaxed. And I grew up in a house where if one parent came to Thanksgiving, the other wouldn't, and so of course, we had Thanksgiving dinner with my mom, Lydia, most of the time, because she was the boss. She was our fearless leader. But anyway, Margaret has a cranberry orange salsa mix. Oh, that sounds
that
delicious.
does sound good.
But
Yum.
yeah, I'm very grateful, and we collected quite a bit of food for to give to the food pantry, and that felt good. So
that's great.
Yeah, we just my daughter started putting, big plastic bins out front her house.
I saw that on her socials.
Yeah, and
I thought that was really sweet.
We're filling it up, and people are dropping food off, and people are taking it, and
I loved it. That was such a great idea for Ashley to do. I love it.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to do it, it's really easy to do. Just make sure you also post a note along with take food or leave food. Say, please don't take the plastic bins.
Right. Don't take the bins.
Yeah. So leave some grocery bags available so that people can use those and don't take the bins, because someone did that.
Well, it's easy.
We hadn't made that guideline, so
that's right.
Sure.
No, I love it.
Free food. So
I love it. Well, that was really great. I saw it on her socials. I thought that was cool. Yeah. Well, when Janice and I were chatting this morning, we said that before the 45-minute mark, we were actually going to get to the project. So we promise you, we're going to show this, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the project. Janice, I'd like to, if you have some thoughts about kind of the beginning of this, or the backstory of this. I remember this across cultures. So what we did, let me clarify. We launched 2 kits this morning in our Across Cultures series. I'm going to show you on the webpage on Beadshop. We've got a limited amount of kits. Janice, I put the kit colors together, and then Janice took it and ran and was able to finagle getting all of the parts together, which is no small feat because this has a lot of parts. But I remember before I came back to Beadshop, this was one of the pieces that was really prominent on the Beadshop website. And I was so into it. I thought it was just gorgeous. So this was something, Janice, I am guessing, that came out of your love of those kind of trade beads, kind of telling a story on your wrist, kind of a thing.
Well,
and I'm going to pull up the picture.
Okay. Well, this design came out of the old Beadshop before 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's probably now about 25 years old that It's when we had a little shop on Hamilton, um, maybe even the 1990s. And it was when we really first started um, selling the trade beads, like
Mm-hmm.
um, the clay ones, um, and then books like Out of Africa, and then Embellishment.
Mm-hmm. Africa Adorned.
Africa Adorned. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
love the movie Out of Africa, but Africa Adorned, just the whole. Uh, it's when I was making jewelry to sell with Rita, and we'd come up with these designs, and I just love the the whole way, like the African Hishi. If you open up and go all the way, the first one is the one that was either
Yeah.
beach or sunset. I think it was beach.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to open this up. Can you folks see this let me make sure you can see it on the screen. You can. It is, when I saw this project, Jan, and that's probably why I love it so much, because remember when we did that advanced stringing necklace,
Mm-hmm.
and we would do it with the wrapped loop in the Irish wax linen?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was basically this in that piece. And I've done it before on I'll link them in the newsletter,
Mm-hmm.
all of the videos, because I've done it in a necklace. We've done but this is such as we like to say, it has a lot of curb appeal. It's such a beautiful piece.
And I think it's very timeless, that you can take. Of course, there's no project map now. Oh, is there? Let's see. No.
Let me
Well,
see.
we'll put one with these projects.
Yeah,
But
the handout is here.
it's very it's timeless in the sense that um, once you wrap your head around how you double over the two and grab them, and they kind of intertwine, and then it's a simple, like, tie on the button. It's very rustic, but you can also, there are other projects where, like, Karen made it much more polished. You can
Mm-hmm.
you can use the same design with crystals, but what I love about it is that it speaks to different trade beads, different handmade beads,
Mm-hmm.
and that when you put it all together, it always looks good. It doesn't matter what you use, what colors
Mm-hmm.
you use. It's it's like it grabs you and gathers you um, into a collective.
Yeah.
So, and before I forget, I think my first goddaughter is watching today, Ashley won.
Ashley
And
won.
yes, and she was trying to call me before we came on, and I said I can't now, but if you tune in, I promise I'll say hi to you.
I love it.
So,
Oh, Ashley won.
yeah. Remember when she was little?
I do.
Yeah.
And who was it that we made a quilt for, Janice?
We made a quilt for Merritt,
For Merritt.
Ashley's daughter, my
That's
first
right.
god baby. And then we made one, you made that one. And then I had quilts also made for, besides with Merritt, we did. And then Charlotte, Josie, and Noe. Yeah.
So
and then
fun.
Eli. Yeah. So,
yeah, so fun. Those were always fun times for sure.
so.
Well, I have some things laid out here. I'm going to add, so this is a really good kind of look of kind of how the Across Cultures has evolved over the years. The Kaleem one that I did, that was a kit that I did a while back. And then, like you said, Janice, back in the day, Karen did that Under the Sea and Toes in the Sand. It's a little more blingy. that red one, I just love. So, so good. The thing when you're choosing your beads for this that I want to share is it's the Padres that I think two things anchor this, though you don't have to have them in the design because you could use 6/0 instead. You could use other spacers. But the Padres and the he-she really anchor this piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of play around and see, see what works for you. I'm going to take this screen out.
Okay.
And let me add my screen in. Okay. So I've done some pre-stringing here. And I want to, and Janice, I want you to kind of hop in wherever you feel is the right time to hop in.
Okay.
I just love the way that all of these components come together. So these are our two that we launched today. This one here in kind of this terracotta tones that I love.
Mm-hmm.
This one is called Copper Clay Road. And then these in the blues are called Shoreline Route. So in the kit that you get, you have everything, including the leather, but you don't have the stringing material. And you can add the stringing material that you want to add. I am using leftover from Wednesday's project. I'm using the light rust here.
The light rust in wax linen.
Wax linen, correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that's what this is here. And I thought it looked nice. Though you could use something also that had a really high contrast. You could also use Ceylon if you wanted. It just depends on what you like. Like this one is the denim. You could use that for the blue. You could also use blue with this orange. If you realize these two colors, these are complementary colors that we created. So you could get both kits and mix them to create one giant piece. Like you have enough here. Look, if you look here, this is enough for our bracelet that I laid out here. You still have most of a strand of your popcorn Padres. We're not going to use all of these large Pompeii beads and the melon Pompeii beads, which are just amazing. So you could, instead of doing a bracelet, you could just do a long necklace, right? You could do that same type of necklace with the Shoreline Route, or you could get them all and mix them together. I also pulled this out. We still have a few of these left. I'm so in love with this style. You could mix it if you got your lapis and jade harmony kit. You could put all of these together, right? And make just a super stunner of a necklace or bracelet or whatever. So, you definitely do you with this project. But I did some pre-stringing. So Janice, I'm going to kind of walk people through this.
Okay.
What you see in the handout, which I think is really important, I'm going to add this back here. Let me do this, and let me get to the page here, back to the page. It's under projects, under bracelets, under across cultures, and let me just click on one of these to get the handout here. So one of the things that you say here, Janice, is always know what your wrist measurement is. Use your tape measure to calculate the total length for a 7-inch wrist, your final bracelet length is going to be about 8 inches because the bulkiness of this bracelet means that it needs to be about 1 inch larger than your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
We use what you used here as old school, our tough cord. You could replace that tough cord, as we say, with Ceylon, regular Ceylon. I've replaced it with Irish wax linen. Okay. So what you did here is, and I'm going to go here, you say fold over the strand 3 times so it looks something like this. I think I've done a lot of pre-stringing. So we're going to do some guesstimating on how we want this to be. So if this is my first one, I'm going to start out. Let me do this. Let me remove this. I'm going to start with measuring my wrist.
Okay.
Isn't that the right place to begin?
Yeah, it is. And I just want to point out that, like the other day when we were making a bracelet and Kate mentioned, oh, we're almost at the end. You know, the thing about a bracelet is that our wrist, by the time you wrap it around, you know, you start it, you've got the button, you've got the loop, wherever you start. You don't have, it's not like you've got acres and acres of length to walk across.
Right.
It's a little short, but you start and then you're finished.
Yeah. It goes so quickly.
Yeah. And you do need it a little bigger because with the multiple strands, you have to really feel it's a little bit comfortable. So it's short. The point is it's shorter than you think.
Right. Exactly. My wrist here is 6.5. The way that I look at this project, and again, if we look at this sample here, I want you to think about this bracelet in kind of like thirds. Can you see that okay on the screen? Let me make it big so you can really see it. But that one side with the yellow padres is kind of like a third, right? The other side with the hishi is kind of like a third. And then the closure here is kind of like a third. So, and the fun thing about this is you kind of decide the length as you're going along, right? You kind of fine tune the length as you go along. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with this, and whatever this length came out to be, this is what I'm going to go for here. So let me tell you how long this is. This is about 12 inches of beads for me. So I was thinking I could do this in fourths if I wrap it around twice like this. That's kind of what I was thinking here. Though, Janice, in the handout, you say thirds. Whoops.
Yeah, but it could be,
it could be anything.
Yeah. Right? So the important thing is when you knot it, is it can't be so tight. And that's the beauty of the wax linen, is that it breathes, is that you want to just have a little bit of air so that they fall gracefully, that they will, you know, you can double them over or however you're going to do it. And then it also has to curve to be able to be on your wrist. So you make a nice knot close to the beads, but don't like pull it so tight
that there's no movement here.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't go overboard with making it loose, but you'll be surprised how it's going to take up all of that extra space you might leave.
So the knot,
square knot.
Yeah. The knot I'm going to tie exactly is that square knot. I'm just going to wrap it around here. I'm going to do that, you know, that just like we're tying our shoe. There's our square knot here. And then I'm going to come around, loop it through, and tighten it down. And you can feel that this has a lot of, you know, not a ton of room, but it's supple.
Right.
So
It's
now,
just right over left, left
yeah,
over right. Just,
exactly. And I'm
yep.
going to come in and I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. Though, to be honest, this Irish wax linen does bite onto itself pretty well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt to add a little bit of glue.
Yeah, I think
So
Ceylon tends to need it a little bit more than the
more
wax
glue.
linen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Sure. Then let me see. I'm getting the lid back on here. Hang on. Okay. So I'm going to lay out my tape measure.
Okay.
Just so we kind of have a guide as we're going along. And you will see we have just a ton of beads here for you to use. So a lot of these, so the provenance, just so you know, for these beads, these are mostly Java. They are mostly Indonesian. These are what are known as the Pompeii bead because it looks like it's been buried in the ashes of Pompeii. And then these are also the Pompeii beads, but these are melons. This is such a gorgeous bead. I just love it. And then, of course, what we call the gooseberry bead, but these are the Java. It's these stripes.
Mm-hmm.
We did the bicone here for this one. And in the blue, we have the rounds here. And Janice, these are African, right? These are?
You know, I have to check. They're either African or they're Indian brass.
Yeah, Indian brass. They could be, yeah. And
but
then we've
they're
got
handmade. They're all handmade.
And these are the Hishi, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the blues, I wanted to choose yellow was in both of them. And yellow is such a happy color, right? And I feel like we don't use enough yellow. And I thought a little glint of yellow, and it also ties these together. So you really could use both of these kits together. These Java in the blue, there's that kind of beautiful chalky color, which I love. Oh, here comes Alfred. Alfred wants to help me string. Look at these melons in the blue. There's a little bit of variation in the glass color, which I think is delish. And then we've got these darker ones too. Not quite an evergreen, not quite a teal. Really pretty.
I love the melon beads for macrame because your cord just gets into one of those melon grooves and then stays there. It's like magic.
Yeah, I just love them. Janice, we should see if we can get some of these melons just on their own.
Yes.
This would be a fun kind of limited release to have if we sell them like we do the currants. Because they're such a helpful, like you say, you know, you can macrame with them and stuff. They're such a helpful bead to have.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut the threads off of here yet because you never know, like, what if I need them? So I'm just going to do that. So here, if I double these over here and it's 4, this is giving me almost 3 inches worth of stuff already. So we're like halfway home, right? What I want to do though, I want to kind of turn my thing around here, my little section, so that when I tie it, I don't have, like, I want to be able to tie it off between like the Padres here and the Padres here. I want these bicones and the little charms that we added, I want those to kind of sit out to the sides. The charms that we got are just also gorgeous. They're these tiny little brass, beautiful little bits. And I used the traditional, this is that Tibetan button that I've been using in everything lately because I love it so much. It's the replica, not the true Tibetan. And this one here comes with some copper tones And this one here comes with the brass and silver. This one is the copper and the brass. So here's this right here. So now what I did was I kind of halved these, and I wasn't really thinking when I strung this that we need a loop. And then, and you don't have to do it this way, but we do have these bicone beads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fix this. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to make my loops. But this is already strung for me, so I'm just going to leave it there. And what I did here, so it looks very much like the originals. One strand has mostly padres and other accent beads. The other strands have mostly he/she and other accents. So that's kind of what I went for when I was doing this. So for this first loop, this is about 2 inches worth of beads. Okay, so I'm going to come in.
Are you going to loop it through the
Yes, thank
strand?
you. See, I'm so excited about doing it. I didn't loop it through the strand. I think I'm going to do it on this side. You know what? I am going to get rid of these tails. We don't need them. I can just add.
Yeah.
They're kind of making me crazy. Okay. So I'm going to loop it around. Maybe there. Make sure that my beads go all the way around and there's no space. I'm going to pull that up. Draw that wax down. These nice large hole beads are nice for that because they just sit really nicely there. Right? So here we are. We're right there like that. Can you see that? Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to...
Wait, Kate, before you do that, do you want to put the other one through that bead as well? Or are you going to...
Well, I think I'm going to do it separate.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, you could. So that's a great point, Janice. You could have both loops like this go through this single bead. But on one of them that I was looking at, let me add this. Can you see right there? There's 2 on this one. There and there.
Yeah.
So I thought if one is good, 2 is better, right?
Yeah. And then if you were to make the ends of the linen the same length, you then have 2 strands to continue stringing.
Right.
If you want it. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
With this, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tie this in an overhand knot. Tie it down tight. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be tied because then I'm going to string the rest of mine over here. I cut, and I wasn't, be a little more generous with your thread, folks. This is about 1 foot. I would give yourself like 20 inches just for fun. But let me put a little, and you want to see the thread in this, right? You don't need to hide the thread, though you could. Get that lid back in there. And
you don't want to hide the thread, but at the same time, you don't want the thread to reveal the construction.
Right.
You know,
that's a good way to put it.
It's a mystery to the viewer. So you want it to show, but you don't want them to know how you put it together.
Right. So I'll put this in. I'll put this around. Then we're going to give it another measurement for fun.
Did you go around?
I did.
Okay, good.
Thank you for the reminder. If you can't get these through together, what I do is I draw my finger over that wax to kind of stiffen them both right there. And then it should go on. I see it. There it is. Okay. I'll pull this long one out. I'll tighten it to make sure that there's no extra thread down there. You could also tie this into a square knot if you wanted instead of an overhand.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that too. But I'm going to do the loop and through. If you need help with that, you can just get your awl, and your awl will help you draw that down. Okay.
All is well.
All is well. There we go. And I will glue. And then I would let the glue kind of sit, but this wax linen isn't going anywhere, so I'm just going to cut these away. Because again, I get confused with too many strands. Okay, so let's do another measure, shall we? So what I have here now we're coming up on 4 inches. And see, these loops weren't exactly, they were close, but they weren't exactly the same length, which
that's more interesting
is fine.
The way you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they sort of nest next to each other, and they're not like, you know, me and the freeway, the
right.
trucks right on both sides. I like it better this way.
So what I'm going to do, since we have so many of these large hold beads, and maybe we do want to hide that knot, right? Just for fun. You don't have to. Like, I could just start stringing this heishi on right now. Let me do this. I want to zoom in a little bit so you see this. But see how that large hold bead nests there? I'm going to use that one, and then I'm going to use a melon. I'm going to choose maybe the smallest of the melons that I have.
Could you also put the one of the heishi on either side?
I could.
That it doesn't scoop up the whole knot, and you just...
I could, sure.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to see that knot, let me get one of these.
You could also add a length of the wax linen or your Ceylon and just macrame around each one of these.
Yeah.
And do some macrame. I mean, you're going to have a necklace in no time flat.
Yeah, you really are. You are, for sure.
I love this project.
Yeah, I do too. This hole looks a little... Oh, Alfie.
He's trying to get up to the window.
He's trying to get to the window.
He's feeling fearless.
Oh, Alfred. So I'll put that one here so you can see that knot, and this one I'll cover just for some difference. So now, right, we're really closing in on 4.
Yeah.
And since these, you know, these kind of sit nicely across, I think it looks good. I only need to string a short amount, maybe about to here, right? That's about it.
That's what I'm saying. You know, why not just, don't you have enough to make a necklace?
I know, we do.
Yeah.
We really do. And it's so pretty as a necklace. I think the necklace project that I did like this uses a disc, I think.
Everyone is still talking about food.
I love it.
Cranberry sauce and yeah.
It was a nice day. My mom had mentioned in the chat, she brought over some Christmas ornaments for us to paint yesterday. And after all that cooking, I'll be honest, I was tired. And I told her, I said, can we please have one day without crafting? I want one day without making something.
Yeah.
So we didn't make the ornaments, but maybe we'll get together and do them. I didn't even look at them, did I, Ma? It was terrible. I was so like, I don't want to see any craft item. So let me finish this up and then I'll string the other one. Like so. Okay. So we've got this. So let me get this one. Okay. Curtis, thank you for joining us. Are you still down in New Orleans? Land of my people? I bet it's fun to spend a holiday down there.
Yeah.
In New Orleans. I was talking to my buddy Christine yesterday. We had our morning check-in. And you folks know Christine. She comes with me to Tucson sometimes. And she was my co-owner in Beadissimo. She was saying in San Diego, it was 82 degrees yesterday in San Diego.
You have a morning check-in with her every day?
No, not every day, but especially on holidays.
Okay.
You know, you gotta check in on the holiday and see how things are going. You know, so no, you, Janice, I have a morning check-in with every day.
Well, we try to.
We try to. Not every morning, but most mornings.
Yeah.
Let me put this one here. These little drops, Janice, that we chose for these.
They're so cute.
They really are. And you get plenty. So, you know, you get 5 or 6. I can't remember. But see, look at how nice that she looks. I added that metal bead in there just for fun. You want to make sure and reserve. I'm going to reserve one of those metal beads so I can use it for the closure. Near the closure. So almost the same length.
It's just a great, a wonderful design, and it's not only forgiving, but it's fun. It's really fun. I mean, you could do a whole necklace of just looping beads, then going and doing the little loop and the strands. I mean,
it would just look so nice.
You know, this is where Leslie usually comes on and says, do you pre-plan this? And,
right.
Look at that. There's almost.
See, so I'm almost done.
Yeah.
So we need to get the closure and stuff on here.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
So in the closure, I'm going to bring the handout back up.
Okay.
And see. So what you did here, see how you did in yours, and I just did them singly, but you did yours doubled and you came up so that there were 4 strands here.
Correct.
I just have the 2 strands. So if I wanted, I could, like, let's say I'm looking back on this and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have had 2 more strands. What I could do is I could just come in and make another loop here, right? I could tie another thread onto here.
Yep, you could.
Let me see. If I could find my thread.
Making a loop would be more, let's say, consistent, but you could also go through, right, the last bead that makes the loop. You could go through some of those or go above, like the yellow and orange bead, tie a knot above it, come around, tie a knot underneath each one of those two larger beads.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could continue with like smaller beads there and not add another loop.
Right. See, so I could come in here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Isn't that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm saying take the thread out of the yellow bead for now. Tie it right above the yellow bead, like halfway through the thread. So
Let me
if your thread is
figure
like
this out.
12 inches, then between the brass and the yellow bead, find the halfway point above that, right above it. Yep. And then tie that over, like, yeah, half and half, and then go around the yellow bead. So you want to tie that so that's secure. Even a half knot is okay,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the wax linen. Now bring up the yellow bead.
I could go, there's plenty of room in this hole, JP.
Yeah,
I
you
could
could
just
do
go
that. Yep. Yep. Slide them all up. And now you have two more threads.
Yeah.
Yep. There you
And
go.
it's fine that it's coming out of just one, right? I could, so riddle me this.
Yes, exactly.
I could do this again here. I could cut one of these away and just have one coming out here. And I could do the other one here, having one coming out there.
Yes.
Maybe I'll do that.
When we made this in necklaces, you would have the upper thread, the one that's between the two beaded strands, you would bead like enough on that one so that you could then knot that strand with the upper one.
With the upper one, exactly like this, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you'd have, it's so organic. You just keep going. I mean, we call it a bracelet kit, but if you're like me, you just want to keep stringing and you're just going to get out some of your stash beads and then just keep making.
So here we go. Because I do like how, I think the 2 looks nice, but I think the 4 looks better.
Yeah.
To be
now,
honest.
If you're going to drop one of those threads, I would definitely put a drop of glue above that larger bead.
I agree.
So
let me just.
Not much, just a little bit.
There we go.
The wax doesn't really like to accept glue. It's like the wax is a raincoat, and then we're going to put glue on the raincoat, but it helps a little bit, at least for your peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm just going to glue here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to glue there.
Yeah.
Because I did like the 2, but I think and you could even drop just 1. You could just have 3. Doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah. So this is where you want to maybe have thread showing, but you don't want anyone to be able to figure out, well, how is this constructed?
Right.
And if you do like the first portion in pretty much all solid orange, you're going to even see the loops better. You're going to, so.
Right.
So sometimes color blocking.
That's a good idea.
Will give you all that mystery for how did they do this?
Mm-hmm. So here we go. Right. So maybe I will.
Look how great that looks.
It does, doesn't it?
I just want to use a piece of leather on the loop side of the I just want to put a piece of leather
That's what
there.
we're going to do next.
Yeah. And
tie that loop.
oh,
Yeah,
this is
it really looks
delish.
good. Yeah, it's really delish.
And how long did this take you? This took you maybe 30 minutes to
Yeah,
do?
not long. Not long for sure. Let's see. Not long at all. I'm going to put that there. And I think what I'm going to do to bring some of that symmetry in there, when you said color block, my design, I was like, yes, we need a color block in there. So I'm just going to grab the Padres like this between my fingers. I'm going to tighten that. And we're going to slide it through. And maybe do 2 Ishi beads and the rest. And again, I gotta measure this soon because we're almost done. See, look at that. Just that little double Hishi right there. That's all you need. That's it.
Yeah.
Let me get maybe, so when I take these off, see how I hold them in line like that? And then I do that. I just slide them up.
Hey, when you get a chance, can we just do a close up on my board?
Oh yeah, here. Let me add that, Janice.
Okay.
And let me why don't you talk about what you're doing there and I'll finish stringing here.
Okay. So this is
there you go.
This is a project, a design that I did.
Oh, I love that piece.
A while ago. I'll show you the whole thing in just a minute, but this is the same technique that Kate is doing, where I've strung beads. In this case, I used regular Ceylon. And then I knotted them. I had the 2 long strands, and then I knotted them together. And then this is oyster shell here. And then I went in and out this way.
No, ostrich shell.
Ostrich shell. Is that what I said? Oyster?
You said oyster.
Oh, ostrich shell. And then one went over, one went under. And then they came out on the other side. Then I knotted them together, separated the threads again, put some knots in. I didn't worry about if their things were loose or not. And then they came up again. And I separated the 2 threads to be able to do the discs flat. And this is just really the same as this bracelet. I came to, let me take these 2 apart. Beads with big holes, those are our friends. Then I knotted it together, brought them all together here with a nice big knot, and then separated them. I like to leave these as fringe. I'm going the wrong way. And then I untwisted the Ceylon to get this tail. And this is not affected by the loop. So you can get the bead through, and then all of this will come with it.
You're a little off screen, JP.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just glanced up.
Well, I don't need to show you that, but that works. But this necklace, let me get up a little higher.
It's such a good piece.
Oh, thank you. I don't wear it enough. Let me see if I can tighten this. It's just, when you get something on the cheap. So this is that little bead
that
we're using today. And then it started, this is the the pendant. And then I started with probably 12 6 strands, doubled over in half, put what's the knot where you go through the
like a lark's head knot?
a lark's head, then came above it. I couldn't get all of the threads through, so I put 2 on the outside. Don't let that, you can't fit them all through. Take them around. I macrameed here, and then I separated the threads 2, 4, 5. It doesn't matter if they're even, but that's how this then went.
Yeah, it's a great piece. And the thread, what did you string it on, Janice?
This is regular Ceylon.
Regular Ceylon.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, this is all this is. So
let me show you where I have gotten to here. So we are really officially at about 6 inches.
yeah.
So Janice, what we need to do here is we need to get a loop on one side and a button on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
yeah, and look at you only use 2 of those larger beads.
Right? We still have a ton
Yeah.
over here. So let me show you this is what I'm thinking, and you tell me what you think. I'm going to do the one side with the button, and I'll knot this around maybe like this, maybe put one of those on, I guess, and then maybe the button. And then on this side, I was thinking I could tie a knot here,
Mm-hmm.
bring it all up through one of the bicone, make my loop, then loop it back through and tie it off down there.
Yeah, I think I would do the opposite.
You do the loop over here?
I think I would do the thing about having the thread is that it's easy to scale that down. This is my thinking. It's easier to scale that down, to go through, to knot them together,
Mm-hmm.
and then to go through the button, and whether you go and then go back and knot around underneath the button. On the other side, I like the idea of the leather becoming the loop.
Okay.
Yeah, but first thing is I would tape those
Try it
off
on. Yeah.
so you don't lose them, and then I would try it on. Like,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to really gently knot it.
Yeah. How does this look on? Boy, that's pretty.
Yeah, it really is. So see how that kind of comes together there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come around. So yeah, I think just having that loop, Janice, I mean, I don't have a lot of real estate left. So I might actually take a couple of these off. What do you think?
I think you're gonna have to make it a little shorter.
Yeah.
Unless there was a way you could make the loop in your left hand, you could hook. Is there a way of attaching the button right to those 2 loops and then making the loop out of the thread?
I think I want to put the button over here.
Okay.
Because I like this idea of, I just want to mock this up real quick.
Okay.
And I know that we always do the button first and then the loop.
It doesn't matter.
But
You do
I can
whatever
kind of
you-
guesstimate the size. Like if I did this, if I slid this through like so, okay, and I had that nice knot, that kind of rough
Yeah.
kind of look there. I got a melon.
Mm-hmm.
I do this little trick. I mean, you could silk wrap this closed, but I'm going to do that little trick. It's kind of hard to do, but not super hard. See how I've got my my loop here,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of visualize the size, and I tie that knot with the loop. And that knot takes up so much space that my loop is small, right? So now, and look at how great that looks.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get my chain nose, whoops, I just dropped my triangle. If I come in and I tighten that one down, and I tighten that one down, that's done.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to measure again. The beautiful thing about making a necklace is, I mean, you do have to get it the right length, but you've got some wiggle room.
Yeah.
So see here, that's like way long. So I need to take this back, I think, to about right there.
Unless you want to make it a double wrap.
Which I could, but I don't think I'm going to. But you could.
Okay. Yeah.
You could. So I'm going to unknot that. I'm going to spread these out.
And then I would end each one of those strands with the smallest beads you have.
Exactly. Exactly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put an orange on each of these because the Padres have a lot of, you know, then JP, I'm going to bring everything through that bicone, right?
Yeah.
Then through that bead, back down and knot it there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So, here's a tiny, and you want these to be close in length.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Because you don't want any of these to kind of pooch out.
Yes.
Let me see. So this, I'm going to use this one. So that looks right. I'm going to switch this one to one of these. Maybe one that's a little longer. Not that it made that much difference, but. And then see how I kind of push them down and I see how those are pretty even, right?
Yes.
So I will take all these together. I've got some long string. I'm going to cut some of these. It's a little long. I'll put this through right here. And the counterpart to these in the other kit, folks, is this one. Okay. The rounds. What they call white metal.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. That's
hubcaps.
Right. Yeah. And here's this. I'm going to send these two through. But this is also a great way to add some of your, like if you have like a really special tribal and trade bead, you can really highlight it there. I could have put more of these like over here. I mean, look, I've only used 3. It's kind of a shame that I didn't use more, but you know, whatever.
Well, you could, like I said, either make a
Another
second
strand.
wrap,
Yeah. Yeah.
which could be just
Just these.
those beads
Mhm.
knotted in between, so
Mhm.
that there's a new design element. It doesn't have to
Mhm.
be the same.
You could also make a companion bracelet to this.
You could also make sections that are bracelets that can come together to make a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is almost through. Hang on. You want to save the bead that has the largest hole for this.
you could also just take 2 of them through.
Mm-hmm.
You could have not, if they don't want to really go through, that's okay. You can knot before you put that bead on. You could knot the 2 strands
Right.
together.
I could leave them. Right. These right here, you're saying.
Right. And if you needed to, you can drop one,
Mm-hmm.
or you could just leave, drop it but
Tie
not
it.
cut it.
Yeah.
And then when you come back down through that bead,
You'll
then
knot it again.
yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that just looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
I'm
that
going to
look
zoom
good?
in.
Yeah. That looks good to me. That looks like that's what it wants to do.
Yeah. I think you're right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the button. I'm going to go back down through the button. Like that. Let me just.
So did you grab one from each of those?
You know, I didn't. And I could have, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because now what I'll do is this is just coming down.
Yeah.
And like you said, Janice, I'm going to go through right here. I'm not even going to tie. I mean, I could tie a knot, but I think I'm going to butt this up against it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get these back through there. But they go through, no problem. Right? And now you've got these wayward strands.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you knot everything together. So I'll take those 2 and these 2
Mm-hmm.
and knot, turn it over. I'm going to add a touch of glue there. I got to grab my glue before I tighten that closed.
Yep.
We need to do this kit more often, I feel like. I feel like this is a real, I mean, it's kind of a, to be honest, it does take a lot of brain power to put a kit like this together, but it's really worth it because it's such a good jumping off point. Now, I could knot this one more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I bring it here and here and I turn everything like this, right?
Oh, so you're coming through the legs and then you're going to.
I'm coming around the leg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
what I mean.
Yeah,
Around the
exactly.
legs.
And I'll just knot it right there. Though I could knot it on the top, but I think I want to hide that knot down here.
Yeah. Well, I also think you've got a beautiful tassel now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to really utilize that tassel.
How about putting a bead on?
Yeah, exactly.
And then knotting underneath.
Exactly right. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yes.
I have one extra of these little charms. I'm going to put that on.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well. That hole's a little small. A couple of these Java might have a hole that's a little small. So just pass it up. And I'm going to knot this. I'm going to go through once and twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I'm so glad people are liking this, JP. They like us. They really like us.
Mm-hmm. It's my fave.
Great. So see, look at how nice. And you can leave a little bit of thread there. Let's just do this nice and quick.
Just awkward angle. I mean, not all the same. You're not going to do a crew cut. You're making them sort of a shaggy.
Right.
A shaggy ending.
And you think, I mean, there's a lot of beads here. I guess when we were kind of sketching this out, I mean, we could have really done this with half the beads, to be honest, but who wants just half the beads? Let's see, I ended that on a stripe. I want to end this on an orange, maybe. And again, that loop, I'm going to go through once and twice. Okay, and this, it still has a little bit of room there. This is a little shorter. I'm going to leave the ends underneath, kind of hanging there. So this, I need to put a stripe on that's higher, so I'll do that there. Draw down that wax. You can also re-beeswax this. And don't fight these holes. If you find one that has a smaller hole, just put it down and get another one. You've got so many beads that you don't need to worry. So there's 3, and then I'll do the 4th. Then we'll see. I didn't really measure it, but we're going to pretend that this is right. Hopefully my sense of knowing how long to make things kicked in. But
well, if it doesn't fit you, it'll fit somebody else.
That's right.
A great gift.
This is a really nice gift. And you could, especially if you divvied up your beads in half, you could get 2 bracelets out of this easy. Just get an extra button. That's all you need, really. Is another button. Okay. And this one. Janice, Carolyn has a question about Tricks of the Trade and where is it?
Oh, okay.
It is under archived projects, I believe.
I'll link it. I'm just not even, I'm sorry. I'm Carolyn. I'm not Caroline. I'm not looking at the chat. So let me just go.
I know, because it's so fun to put this together. So see here we go. Here's all of this right here.
Okay. I need a minute. If you're asking me something, Kate, just give me
No.
Okay.
I'm just showing.
Okay.
So look at this, everybody, besides Janice. Look at that gorge. So I'm going to take it out of frame so I can put it on so I can see. And yes, it fits because I'm just that good.
Let's see.
And it does need to be bigger.
It needs to be bigger.
No. When you measure, it needs to be a little longer than you think. Right? I'm going to measure this door to door.
It looks so fun.
It's really a great project.
Could I see the button area again? You know what I think I would do is I would add right above that orange melon bead, I would add another tassel.
Sure. I could just tie on.
Add right below. I get 2 pieces, fold them in half, knot them, and do what you did on the button side.
They go right there.
Yes. Yes. Wouldn't that look
Mm-hmm.
delish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would.
Look at that. Now show us what you have that's left over
Yeah.
from that kit.
Let me arrange.
Okay.
So here's my finished.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're almost at 8 inches.
Yeah.
Just shy.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's really got to be bigger than an inch more.
It's bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Because all of this, especially this
Mm-hmm.
connection,
Mm-hmm.
takes up space around your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And length.
Right. The length of the bracelet. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like when you fabricate a ring, right? You have to add some length because the width of the ring band is wide. It takes up space around your finger. So same thing, when bracelets are wide like this, you need to make them a little longer
Mm-hmm.
to make up for the fact that that width takes up length. So here I've got these gooseberries left. I've got one bicone. I've got a few hishi.
Mm-hmm.
I could have had more. And then I have a ton. Let me wrap this up.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Yeah. There we go. And if you get one nest of the Irish wax linen or one spool of the, I'm gonna focus this, one spool of the Ceylon, you've got plenty. Oh,
Yeah.
and you still have a bunch of, I have a little bit of leather. I've given you a foot in the kit, but you can use just whatever leather you have laying around, or you can buy an extra
Mm-hmm.
yard.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I have left. And you can see here, the kit in the blues is right above it. Right, look at those. And the yellow, strangely enough, it goes with both the warm tones and the cool tones. And I think it's because, see the difference in the yellows here? See how this yellow Pompeii bead that we chose, it has a little bit of a cooler cast undertone to it. So
well, the blue sky goes with the yellow sun. I mean,
right, exactly.
You know, nature.
Look at how nice that is.
Nature doesn't say, "Oh, that green doesn't go with that green."
Right, exactly. There we go. So pretty. There we have it. So that's what's left over from this single bracelet. You will have plenty to do the necklace. You could do a necklace and pull these two together. That would look great. However you want to do it. Get both kits and mix up the elements.
Yeah. So now I did the right links, I think, for both of them.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Oh, I love them.
And and the what was it, Miranda? Copper Clay Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fun.
It is. It is. And if it didn't take us like a century to do each kit, because we don't just put in, oh, a tube of this and a tube of that. We've got like,
I have to cut each of these. That's right. I count these out. We count, we weigh these out. So let's take a look and see where we are. So if you're watching us live today, folks, it is the day after U.S. Thanksgiving. I didn't even mention, Janice, and I should have beforehand. Today only, we marked this kit down 10%.
Yeah.
So it is our Black Friday special So tomorrow, if there's any left, that sale price will be off.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got about 20 of each left. So as of this viewing, so we're about 2/3 sold out. So grab it if you love it. Grab it today with that extra 10%. Today only for that Black Friday. And we you can combine it, you can stack it with your November 10 coupon code for the month, and you can save 20% on the kit. So so that's it. That's the story. Yeah. So we're leaning into creativity this Black Friday, JP,
yes.
right?
Yes.
We're trying to calm it down.
Yeah, it's funny, Kate. I was talking with my daughter Ashley too, because there's 2 Ashleys in my life. And we were both talking about, in the old days when everybody just went like crazy on holiday presents, and then how that over a few years changed to, it was like you picked a name and you got the gift for one person, that the whole holiday craziness has shrunk in many ways.
Yeah.
And that what we're seeing now is everyone like going crazy with Black Friday 2 weeks ago, and that that all of that is great for the really big box stores.
Right.
But for the small business Saturday or the little online businesses like us, we can't compete with, no matter what, we're never going to have a big screen TV to sell.
Right.
It's
right.
never gonna happen.
We can't fit anything else in here.
Yeah.
But, that's, I think, part of the beauty of kind of being a small business. And tomorrow is, quote unquote, Small Business Saturday. We've got something really fun for you coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Janice, this is all Janice. She put this collection together that you're going to see tomorrow. But it's, what 2025, I think, has taught me, you, a lot of our fellow small business owners, is that this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
Right. So we're just going to keep doing our best. I'm going to add Janice's stuff back to this. And I love this. So Anna says she just scored a blue kit and makes me happy to make something for myself. My friend, 100%. I am really of the school, make gifts, but don't forget to make something beautiful for you,
Yes.
So let me highlight that, Janice. That is a gorgeous, that Tibetan piece.
Yeah, this is really, that's not PMC. Is it? Is that?
No, it's a cast. It's a Tibetan piece, I think.
Okay. Because, boy, I keep wanting to do that class with you where we make
I know, we should.
Fimo.
You polymer. I know.
Yes, we're going to try and get the goddess pendants.
Which is the goddess one? The one from your old, that other necklace. I bet we can get it.
I don't think they're talking about this one.
Yeah, I think they are, aren't they?
Oh, are you talking about this pendant?
Confirm.
I think we can get that.
Yeah.
Or something like it.
It won't be exactly the same.
But this is what I have on today. Yeah. The pearls, which everybody likes, then this this chain with some little drops on it.
Yeah.
And then this. I guess I should come back. And
that pendant is so fun. And I do, Tibetan turquoise is thin on the ground.
Oh,
right?
Very thin.
It's really hard to find now.
All turquoise is.
Yeah, all turquoise is. But I would love to do something where we do the imitative.
Yes, I keep asking you to do this.
And we do a bezel for it. And then
Yes.
take a look at this. Why
is it so hard to get you to ever do what I want you to do?
No, you just be quiet.
You listen to your mom, but you don't listen to me.
I've been listening to you, Janice, since 1992. Yeah, and when do I listen to my mom? But take a look. Wouldn't it be fun to make something?
Yes. Yes, why not?
These are those and we could make the turquoise to go in between. These aren't soldered, these are riveted, this bead.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in on it.
I think with Fimo we could make these things.
Yeah, look at that.
Caroline is saying we love Janice.
Yeah, well, we do.
That's so sweet.
That's true. Look at this, is an old coin.
Yeah.
From somewhere. And then I just dapped these. Yeah, this coin says 1967.
Wow.
On it. But it would be fun to do those Tibetan turquoise and do caps for them like that, and then rivet them. That's a tube rivet. So easy. My mom just said she's not so good at listening to her mom. And Margaret wants to know, where's that cactus?
Oh,
where's the cactus? Oh, here. See, it's like this. See how I put these caps around there? That would be beautiful in the turquoise.
Yes.
Wouldn't it? All right. Well, we'll put it on the calendar for 2025.
Okay. 26.
Oh, I keep getting the year wrong. I kept saying something about, it's going to be a great 2025. And then I realized
It wasn't.
it's December of 2025.
The
Well,
caps
time is just a
are
construct.
candy.
What are you going to do?
That's true.
Okay. Well, thank you, JP. I love it when you're on, especially in a project that, is from your stringing DNA. That's how we learned how to do this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the guidance. It really, I think it came out pretty nice.
It's lovely. It's really lovely. And you could just keep going.
Yeah. So I'll photograph this and we'll make a
page
for it so you can find it with the video.
Yeah.
Grab those kits while we still have them in stock, and look at your newsletter tomorrow, folks, because you have a Janice curated thing. You have no idea what it is. It's something you've been asking for. So
and if you're around your computer and you're thinking about beads, take a look, because I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah. And it'll be something fun. It's something fun that you can use in one of Danielle's projects. Thank you, everybody, for your really kind words. Isn't
it nice that Lilac said that? That's what brought her to Beadshop, was these designs.
Yeah, so nice.
That warms my heart.
Yeah. Well, you have a great legacy, JP.
Thanks.
And you're not done yet. That's for sure.
No. Yep.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me yet. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. We certainly appreciate you. Take some time for yourself this weekend. Create something for yourself. We're really, really gratified that you loved this project. And stay tuned to your newsletters, and I'll see you folks next Wednesday.
Okay. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.